be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. It's Wednesday, March 15th, and that's quote day. It's quote day again. And this one, I like this one a lot. It kind of speaks to one of the pillars and what I talked about a little bit yesterday with consistency. So here it is. Discipline is consistency of action. James C. Collins. And I think it's an important one because for me anyway, I have created a 7 pillars of excellence and greatness, 7 pillars of greatness of what I want to see people focus their energy on in order to achieve the things they want in their life. Discipline is one of those pillars. But discipline is a combination of many things. All right, we don't just go and, hey, I'm disciplined today. It's built. It's a muscle. It's a skill, which is why I have it in there and why I'm using that word and why I want it to be there, because I believe greatness is a skill. And if we have a bunch of skills, we can get better at them. Skills are improvable. If it's just a talent that we're given at birth, then people start to doubt whether they're capable of greatness. And that's part of the fixed mindset that we have about achieving success. And that's something I want to change. But to get back to the quote, discipline is consistency of action. And consistency of action is making sure that we find no excuses why we don't do the tasks we set. I've said it several times now, and I'm kind of going to repeat this one because I think it's extremely important. Small daily efforts. Find a task you can do every day and repeat it over and over and over. And then once it becomes automatic, stretch it. Make it a little harder. All right? If you think about it like you're exercising, maybe you start and you can only do 3 push-ups, but you do 3 push-ups every day. And all of a sudden, 3 push-ups is pretty easy. So the following week, you go, all right, let's try 5 push-ups. Okay, and that's a challenge now. But then you do it every day. And then all of a sudden, 5 push-ups is easy. And then you're like, man, let's try 10 push-ups. Let's see what happens. Let's stretch it. And then you do it every day. And eventually, 10 push-ups is easy. Nobody shows up on day 1 and does 100 push-ups. That's just not how it works. You're not built like that. We're designed to grow over time. But the consistency, the daily effort, is what leads to the growth. And it's the same with our discipline. And it's the same with becoming a creature of consistency. So what are some things that you can do consistently that add value to your life, that add value to your work, that add value to your daily routines? Something that I've started to do that's really simple is I set my clothes out for the next day. It's a simple thing. But if I consistently do it, it's easier to wake up because I'm not searching for clothes. I'm not trying to figure out what I'm wearing. I just get up, grab my stuff, get going. Right? Make the things you want to do super easy to the point where it's a no-brainer that you're doing it, that you can't ignore the task. How easy can you make getting out of bed? How easy can you make starting to write, starting to work on the project that you have in your mind, starting to go to the gym? Whatever your thing is, how can you make it easier? There's lots of ways to work around this, but it's up to you to decide what easy task can you do every single day. If you're working on something right now and you don't know how to break it down into easier, simpler tasks, shoot me an email. Charles@theedgeofgreatnessproject.com. I'm happy to work through the problem with you, come up with some solutions. Sometimes we're so in what we're doing that we lose the sight and the ability to see some of the options out there. So if you're working through something and you're not sure how to build it into a smaller, more consistent, manageable task, ask a friend, shoot me an email, let me know what we can do to help, and let's start creating small, consistent wins. Because once you start getting those consistent wins, it's a lot easier to stack them, and then things start to get real fun. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday. It's starting to get a little better here in Ohio, so I'm excited. And as always, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face, but remember, whenever we fall, always get up.
Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.